Well,
when you agreed to do this, it was kind of like it's never going to get here, and then oh hell, it's here.
And it arrives.
It's here. I got to get through this.
All right. Well, the good news is that we're through this.
That part's over, huh?
Yeah. So it's been a morning, huh?
It has.
Yeah. How does this compare to a typical morning for you?
Actually, it's not much different, really. No more than just the fact that having you here, it's been a little bit interesting. But
yes.
As far as the routine, you know, hey, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and then the same thing Sunday morning, and then guess what? It's Monday, and
So
here we go again.
You're telling me you didn't wake up looking forward? You didn't like jump out of bed this morning thinking, yes, today is the day I get to be on camera with
No,
Stuart?
not really. It was like, please I'll be glad to lay back down tonight because I know it's over.
Well, introduce yourself for me. I mean, it's been a pleasure getting to know you this morning. Introduce yourself. So what's your name and where are we? And
Hi, my name is Jimbo Hall. We're in the big city of Marion Junction, Alabama. It's a little spot in the road, but I guess it's kind of hard to put 1,200 acres of catfish pond in the middle of the city. So we're right out in the middle of nowhere. It is pretty much 25 miles to the Demopolis, 25 to Selma, about 28 to Greensboro. So we're kind of smack dab in the middle of God's country, I guess you could say.
is this the middle of nowhere, or is that the middle of nowhere precisely? Do you know where the middle of nowhere is exactly?
Well, I think we're pretty close to here.
Pretty close.
We're pretty much right here.
Well, I love coming out to these production events on catfish farms because, I mean, certainly in Alabama, your farms are pretty, man. Your farms are pretty. Can you kind of give me some scale? What is 1,200 acres? Do you have any idea how to like put that into some sense where a fifth grader can understand how big that is? I mean,
Well, there's 118 ponds, and the average acreage of each pond we have around here is anywhere from 8 to 10 acres apiece. So this is pretty much
is
what
there
you see.
118 ponds?
Yes, sir. 118.
118 ponds. How many fish you got in these?
Oh man, wow. We're never out. I mean, we're multi-stocked. So I have fish that is production size all the way down to fingerlings in the pond at one time. So on the average, I mean, we're stocked anywhere from 15 to 16,000 head per acre.
It's just mind blowing. And this is like year round, right?
Oh yeah, year round. We are, a lot of people around here are single crop, they call it, where they put a certain size fish in and they raise it out and then they pretty much start over.
Right.
We're constantly putting fish in the water, so I am constantly pulling out. The pond we went over there this morning, and all right, well that was a crop that come out, but that was only 20,000 pounds. Well, I sent my man back over there to feed it this morning, so we're already working on the next crop. So hopefully within 90 days we'll go back through it, pull it again, and get another 15 to 20,000 pounds.
There are so many things I've enjoyed learning about the catfish industry. One of them that doesn't really make sense is how you get all of those catfish that are in a single pond into that net for hauling, and how when you do that, you don't catch all of the catfish. You only catch a certain size, which is market size, right?
That's pretty much right.
Explain that process to me. How do you seine a pond?
Well, as far as seining it, that was just something that's, you have that big spool of net, put it off, you offload it into a boat to get around the equipment, and then when you get to the other side, you tie a tractor to it and you pull it around. It's all the way around the circumference of the pond, and when you get them back together, well, you start rolling that big spool of thread, you start rolling it back up. And as you bring it closer and closer and closer, we have what we call socks. And they are different size. You can go from 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, all the way up to 2 1/4 inch socks. That is the hole in the net, in the size of the net. So certain size fish swim through that hole.
Okay.
If he's too big, he can't get through it. So that's what you're holding on to.
Oh, it's the net that
it's
keeps
the
you.
net.
All right.
Actually the socks is what really determines what size fish you want. So it depends. For the most part, predominantly our production plant they need a variety of every size, but there's times they want a smaller fish. Well, they might want us to put on a little tighter sock and get some smaller stuff. There's times they may have a rare order for some bigger fish. Will that be the case? We may need to tie on a big sock and only take out the bigger stuff.
That makes more sense.
So,
I had no idea.
Oh yes, it's all just averages and whatever, but it all depends on the net size. And you want to, because in our situation, I just recently stocked a lot of these ponds with fingerlings that come from our hatchery. That's, so 6-inch stuff. They're like this big. Well, you know, they'll never check up. They'll go straight through the net. But,
That was
you know,
called checking up.
well, you know, they'll just go through it.
Yeah.
You know, they will grade. I guess you would say they will grade out.
So while I was setting up, I was, you know, that 30 minutes, I found out that my sister is coming over from England. She had a baby like 6 weeks ago, and she's already got that baby a passport. Well, her husband, Julian, my brother-in-law, he's coming over too, and he's pretty worldly. He's pretty worldly. He lives in London. He's from South Africa. He knows a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. I don't think that there's a British person that knows as much about the catfish industry as me.
Okay.
I mean, you're just adding to my knowledge now, but I think I might drop some on him when he comes over for his little visit and stuff. But yeah, it's just top of mind because, you know, she had a baby 6 weeks. What's she coming over? It was such a surprise.
Wow.
But she's going to get that done. So tell me about your family. What's your situation with your family? You married, kids?
I've been married, if I make it till July. So far, we've held on pretty well for, I'll be 33 years.
What are the chances you're going to make it?
I think pretty good. I mean, we've learned to kind of, you know, just
Ignore
go
each
different,
other.
yeah, go to different directions. I mean, whatever. So it's best to, you know, that way if you aren't having any issues, after that many years, you just, one thing about living on the farm,
Yeah.
if anything goes to getting heated, I've always got something I can go look at.
I need to go get, he's like,
Yeah,
needs to go get milk.
I need to go check that pond, or
Yeah.
I know, so whatever. So I think that helps a lot, you know, the fact that I've...
The catfish industry, keeping marriages together.
It does. A lot of them, it's broke up a lot of them, but I think in our situation, I think it has actually kind of cemented it a little bit.
How many kids you got?
I had 3 boys, 3 grown boys, and anywhere from 32 down to 28, 29. All of our birthdays are this month, so everybody turns a year older in the month of June.
It's an expensive month.
It is. Well, it used to be, but now they all grown now, so I'm like, hey, you on your own. You know what the deal.
Any of them work with you?
Well, not directly, but now, like I said, my middle son drives a truck and runs the harvest crew, helps out here. My youngest son did work here, but they actually had an opportunity for him to kind of go be an assistant manager in Greene County on one of the farms. So he went over there, and my oldest son, like I said, lives in Mississippi, but he worked with the company for 10 years from when he got out of high school, I think, which he's been gone now for a couple of years, but said he works at the steel mill over there down in Columbus, and recently remarried. But anyway, I've got 8 grandkids.
Congratulations.
Well, this is a challenge, and I think I told you earlier now, I raised 3 boys, my wife and I did, and now I've got 6 granddaughters and 2 little boys.
Like I said to you, God doesn't send you what you want, he sends you what you need, huh?
Well, it like I
How are you handling grandkids, girls,
loud.
female girls?
They're loud.
They are loud.
They're very loud.
Yeah, I find that the kids, I've got 7, 7, 8, and 15, and I find that they are the best part of the day and the worst part of the day. They are all the things, and they constantly make our worlds just expand and get bigger and bigger. So.
Well, Christmas is very expensive now.
Yeah,
a lot more now than it used to be, because my wife really takes Christmas to heart, and so yeah, we usually start Christmas shopping in about August. And but anyway, and I have had to adjust to pink because it's hard to go shopping for. I never knew much about Barbie dolls, and
well, when you get older, you tend to get into that kind of stuff.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, you know, they just, you know, some of it kind of makes me, you know, oh, hey, well, it won't fit, but anyhow, you know. But
so how did you get into all this line of work? Yeah, long story, huh?
Actually, I graduated high school back in 1989, and I actually went to work at a John Deere dealership in Greensboro the next morning, and I went to work working on aerators. They had a sideline with the.
You got to explain what an aerator
Well, that is
is.
our paddle wheels that we in the ponds. That is our electric aerators or whatever. And
massive things, paddles that turn and turn and make the water.
That's what oxygenates the water. That's what keeps the water moving. Because, like I said, these ponds are, you know, they're pretty much steel. We have to create current to keep them, you know, keep the fish alive. But I went to there graduated on a Tuesday night, and all my other little buddies were going off on their little trips and all that stuff. Well, I got up Wednesday morning and was clocked in at John Deere place in Greensboro, and like I said, that was back in '89, and
I was 11 years old back then.
Wow. Okay. Well, like I said, I started there, and then it just kind of kept going, and
So the aerators and stuff got you exposed to the catfish
Got me
industry.
started, I guess. That was a new thing. It was big back then. Everybody around here was booming. Everybody was building ponds. Everybody, boy, I traveled. We covered an almost 6-county area around Greensboro area selling aerators back then. There was aerators. I mean, we would go. It wouldn't been nothing for me to wind up in Mississippi or Central Alabama in the same day working on aerators or something, because it was everywhere. It was big business back then. And so I started out there, then left there and actually went to work at a little small farm. And that's when I got married. And then, of course, that particular farm sold. And I just wound up getting my CDL license and went to work at Southern Pride, which was the big plant that was in Greensboro years ago. And started driving a truck for them. And I haul fish for about, just a buddy of mine. I used to haul logs too when I was trucking, so it was a friend of mine.
How do you know? Like,
that truck, he's been driving that truck for 10 years, I guess. So when he come by, he just always blows at me when he passes. But anyhow,
he doesn't realize we're doing an interview, right?
Yeah, nobody
He don't
does.
care.
I mean,
Nobody cares. And they shouldn't care. I mean, this shouldn't care.
This is middle of, who would be doing an interview in the middle of this?
Well, that's why we're doing it.
You.
I was like, why not? We can, so why not?
Oh, hey, I know, like out in the middle of nowhere, now we got all this set up. So, hey, but anyway.
How was that for you, by the way, this whole thing?
It was an experience, but I mean, you have made it very pleasurable. I mean, I said I greatly appreciate that, because I didn't know really what to expect. And,
It can be intimidating when you say the film crew's coming. You kind of, what is that?
Well, I asked, Roger did have to explain that to me yesterday. I was like, okay, you say in the film, I was like, oh, it's just a one-man show.
Film and photo.
I was like, well, okay, that's better then, because I was, hey, I've been, you see all the, the cut, action, and I mean, so hey, it's been
we doing push-ups last night,
So, but it's been good. I mean, really, I've been, it definitely has not been. Well, I'm glad. I'm not going to say I'm not glad it's over, but
sure, and I don't blame you.
But it was not. It didn't hurt near as bad.
All right, very cool. Very cool.
It's kind of like giving blood. It's like oh, you through? Okay.
It's done now.
So anyway.
So after we're done with this, I'm going to pack up the photo studio in your barn there and break down all this stuff and get out your hair. But man, I appreciate it. It was an early start this morning. What time were we started this morning?
Well, I walked out the house this morning about 5:15, and you pulled up right at 5:30, I think. So and you had to make the trip. So
I always enjoy sunrise and sunset. Last night we were out on your farm shooting some stuff with it was just, Alabama sunsets, man. Woo, not quite like them.
I like them too, because that rascal be kicking in the middle of the day, so it's always good when it gets on over there in the afternoon.
And
you can actually breathe.
Pro tip, it's not just that it's hot and unpleasant in the middle of the day. It is the worst time to film is between like 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. That sun right above you just does nothing flattering for you. And we need all the help with the light we can get with you. So I appreciated the beautiful low sun in the sky.
Well, so
yeah.
All right. Well, like I said,
you could kill me and bury me right now. No one would ever know about it.
Well, I can't do that too often. I mean, we can't have the more we get, I'm not going to take you on a train ride.
Okay, let's do that.
We're not going on a train ride.
So, in the interest of getting to know you a little better, so we're in Alabama. So, is it Auburn or Alabama for you? Is it Auburn or Alabama?
Well, like I said, I work for Paul Bryant.
Yeah.
But I won't have to tell him everything. So I'll lean a little bit. Yeah, I know. I seen that. I seen that when you got out of the car this morning. I was like, okay.
Which is it for you? Or do you want to disclose that information?
Well, I kind of lean a little bit toward the Auburn side.
You do a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Is that a geography thing, or like did you go to Auburn?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to Auburn, but it's just always. It's been my family.
Okay.
It's been my. I guess I was kind of brought up leaning toward the Auburn side, and. And it really don't make a lot of sense, because I was born and raised in Greensboro and went 30 miles from Tuscaloosa, but I was just always kind of pulled for the
no doubt
Auburn side or whatever. And they've been, they big in the agriculture side, so we've had a lot of dealings with Auburn.
Are you aware of what that relationship looks like? Because each state has that university that they lean on. How does the industry lean on Auburn? Over the years, what have they done? Is it research based, or is it what?
A lot of it is. I mean, they've done a lot of stuff with us to help with disease and stuff. A lot of help.
You find that a lot of your problems are solved right here on the farm. I mean, are Are you a crazy inventor of sorts as well? Would you say?
That's the thing about it. We had that a little bit of discussion this morning. It's hard it's a lot of things have come a long way in this business. I mean, when we first started out many years ago, the folks around here, they was feeding fish out of a boat.
Wow.
Bag feed, so we have advanced a lot, just like the truck you was in with me this morning. I'm toting 12,000 pounds now instead of having to put 15 bags on a boat per pond and go out there and try to put it out. I mean, but there's just so much about this industry that we really just, I don't know how you can advance it much more.
Really?
As far as the way we sing, there's different things we have picked up and learned. But so much of it's just, you got to get dirty, you just got to get out there and do it, because there's just, salmon and other things, they've come up with all these cages and different ways of pumping them and just whatever when it comes to harvesting and stuff. This is just, I ain't saying we're still hung up, as far as hung up in the backwards days or whatever, but I don't know if there's a whole lot more we can change. To innovate. I'm sure there's a lot of people who've got big ideas, but a lot of it hadn't really ever panned out. We're still, every day, got to have boots in the water, you know what I mean? You got to have people in the water,
So AI isn't going to help much on this farm if AI booms. You're not going to put a robot in there.
Well, how that robot ain't going, unless he's waterproof, he ain't going to hold up real well.
AI on a catfish farm.
I don't know how he's going to ride that mud line, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? So it's just a lot of things about this that's, we're kind of stuck. But like I said, I've been doing it for so long now, it's just what we do. It's just how we do it. That's just
what are you doing in 5 minutes from now when all this is turned off? What are you off to do next?
Now I got to get in the office and get caught up on half of these emails I've been ignoring all morning, because half of it was this first of the month. So like I said, I handle the farm business, so I got to, I got to get the bills paid now and got to do that, and then I ain't over here. I got a seine crew over here. I'll go over here and see what they've got, and then check on the rest of the crew. Because everybody knows you're here this morning, so everybody has scattered like a covey of quail.
I have two skills. One of them is shooting and producing video, and the second one is clearing a room in 2 seconds flat with just the point of a camera.
Well, my mechanic, that white pickup, he's supposed to be a shop man.
It's been so quiet today.
Yeah, well,
is that why? Because I'm here.
He found out you were coming and gonna be sitting up around here. He's old. He's 67 or whatever. Old big white beard or whatever.
All right, Jimbo. Well, listen. Let's clear up and get out of here so you can get back to work. Huh?
Well, like I said, it's all good or whatever.
Appreciate
it's
you,
Friday too, so we're not gonna accomplish a whole lot. Put it that way. Everybody. We get everything caught, everything captured, everything done. We've already fed, everything tractor's filled up, equipment's tended to. So it's a lot of days on Friday. I'll look around at the lunch and there'll be a ghost town around here. I'm pretty much like, damn, I'm by myself, But anyway.
Well, then go take a nap if you're capable. I don't think you're the sort to, though.
No, not hardly. But anyway.